everybody, happy Tuesday. Welcome to this An X-Plane 12 stream. We're checking out a brand new aircraft from Thranda Design. This one, the F33A Bonanza, man. And it's the latest update from X-Plane. It's 12.3.0. Quite the thing, right? It's looking well. And, well, we're on the ground here at Renton here in Seattle. And we're going to do some flying with OnAir Company as we continue building our career and repertoire. Yes, for our esteemed crash logistics. Adequately named, I thought. But hope you're keeping well. Today we celebrate a birthday. That of Gibbo Ireland. He's 21 today. Ah, brilliant. Well, that's a blatant lie. He's 106 years old, but listen, he looks well for his age, God love him. But anyway, hope you're all keeping well. Hope you had a lovely day or morning or Jesus.
Baby.
Yeah, baby. There's things happening early in the morning. Look, Medic24 Life, you mad lad with 5 gifted tier 1 subs starting us off. We're just beginning. It's our day, which is a mad day. We're doing the different things today. Explained this morning, and then we have, wait for it, Formula 1. Later on. Ah, brilliant. That's how you say that. Formula 1. It's like, you know, when you say Jag, but it's not Jag, it's Jag. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be grand. So anyway, yes, we're here in X-Plane 12. Hopefully everything's up and running the way it should. It's relatively smooth and behaving. We are using a little bit of the old, whatchamacallit the gadget? The thing, the lossless scaling. Yes, it just makes everything look a little bit more smooth. Now, we are running X-Plane on pretty much full whack here, so it'll be interesting to see all the new refinements, in particular the weather system and a working weather radar. Now, it's not applicable to every aircraft, although third-party developers are, you know, getting the they're putting it into gear, right? They're putting it into gear. There's all things happening all over the place. So let's see what it's all about. This aircraft by Thranda Design. Now, anyone who doesn't know the backstory, Thranda Design, they've been making aircraft for quite some time now, a very high caliber and standard of aircraft. The lead developer, Dan Clow, well, he was making aircraft back in the day. Jesus, there's more of it! Medic24 Live, you're after rolling over a device for a second time. He gifted another... Did you see what he did? Another 5 gifted tier 1 subs. Medic24 Live. The man has been a legend. Thank you very, very much indeed. Jesus, lads. That's 10. 10, we say, at this hour of the morning. And then Sim Guy gifted a tier 1 sub over to, wait now, Sauna Meister. It's a great name. Thank you all very, very much indeed. But yes, Thranda, anyway, Dan Clow, he used to work with KRNT back in the day. That's right. And, well, he's been heading up things over at Thranda. And this is where you kind of get the looks of kind of the KRNT modelling, right? But then they delve into a whole world of systems, and the systems are anything from their DGS, we'll talk about that in a moment, when it comes to, you know, liveries and customization, but also when it comes to the aircraft components, in particular when it comes to the layout of your avionics. It's pretty cool. It's a real great way of kind of customizing the aircraft and making it feel like, well, it's your own. So the livery that we're sporting today that I'll show you, well, I got to make it. Right, I built it using the sim, which is pretty mad. It has its own dynamic livery creator baked into the software itself, and that's all with thanks to Thranda. They were doing the same. They've worked on Just Flight aircraft over an X-Plane as well. How to kind of transfer them from, well, a Microsoft standard into X-Plane, and then they can delve forth on the systems too. So it's pretty cool, lads. Absolutely brilliant. Roy says, Murph, if you switch on smooth mode in the NVIDIA control panel, you activate the built-in lossless scaling. Ah, very good, Roy. Roy, I don't use the NVIDIA control panel. Well, wait now. You'll have to show me how to do that. Is that the NVIDIA app? We'll have to check that out. But anyway, you're all very welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Hope the weather is treating you somewhat nice. It's wet here in Tipperary, but nothing new there. And temperature, it's about, I don't know, 11 degrees or something. It's getting cold. Ah, no, winter is back. Oh, we don't have seasons in Ireland. It's winter, and then one day it's mild, and then that's it. You know, that's how we do weather over here. But anyway, it's bound to break then. Oh, you better believe it. It'll be broken, Medic. It'll be broken. But anyway, let us ramble into the chat and see who's here in this morning. Medic24 Life, of course. Thank you very, very much indeed. my dude, hope you're well. Eamon 1973 is here. Chocks, ahoy, hoy. Chaps, ahoy, hoy. Welcome in, Chocks. Shunty Mac Shunface, good morning to you. Malky Mac is here, hope you're well. The Limbics, he says, how are you, Murph and Fireflies? How are the things and stuff? Well, our stuff are things, and well, our things are doing good. They're doing good, Limbics. Hope you're well, buddy. Eamon is heading to Newcastle Airport in a couple of hours. A bit of Murfridge first. He's on his holidays today. Fantastic news, Eamon. Spitfire RAF 100 is here. Good morning to you, sir. Hope you're well. Captain Sickbag, good morning. Cunnis a Tatu. Tom May go friggin' grand. The August Two Fain Reach. Caca Millish, Boher, Banya, JD then, Cunis, Banya, Colleen, Boher. Jess, hope you're well, Captain Sickbag. Right, PH Roy, good to see you. Crafty Tigers, welcome in. Sim Guy, good morning. Locust is here. Hope you're well, buddy. Viper Strike, top of the morning to you. Sean Game is here. Sir Camsalot, what? 300 stream streak. 300 of them. That's insane. Thank you very, very much indeed. I don't think we've ever seen that before, have we? Sir Camsalot has just gotten himself 300. That's unbelievable, man. We'll have to do with something there. Can I press a button here? Wait now. I'll figure that one out in a while. That's absolutely bananas. Bloody hell, Sir Camsalot. Mr. 90, hello. Ian Fisher, good morning, Ian. Hope you're well. Then we had Medic 24 Live gifting subs like an absolute mad lad. Craziness. 380 Drivers here. Good to see you, buddy. Who else came in the door here now? Muttley, top of the morning to you. I love a sauna, says Sauna Meister. Who doesn't? Right? Who doesn't? It's great to see you. Fiver, welcome in. Apache is in the house. Welcome aboard. Who else came in the door? Now, let me see. Same here, Murph, says the Limbics. It rained, and then it rained some more. Right? That's how we do weather. Commander Balosh is here. Good to see you. Jamie 80, welcome in. Where is this now? Was just about to mention this too. Your FPS more than doubled, says Jamie, talking to Roy about the NVIDIA control. We'll have to have a look. Photos by Kev. Good morning to you. Hope you're well. Idle Cutoff. One stream streak here. And yourself. It's grand. 300 though. That's unbelievable, isn't it? Right, anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, we're over here now, look. Kubi, good to see you. Captain Sickbag is also over on the tube. Welcome in. Dave Cleary, a legend, Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Hope you're well. Who else come in the door here now? Let's see here now. We've buttons, and this probably won't come off the screen. No, it won't come off the screen. See, you need to fix the things with the yokes, with the stuff. Here we go. It's all working now. So what version of F1 do we need to join? We're going to be using F1 2025. F1 2025. That is what we're using this evening as we try and figure out how to drive fast for an extended period of time. It'll be grand. Totally fine. But yes, where are we at now? Oh yeah, I have to do one of these. Look. We'll press that and press this and come on over here now, lads. And welcome to the world of X-Plane 12.3. Jesus, I need a shot of oil for that. But anyway, what have I to do? To one of these, Murph, so you can actually read your screen. Yes. Now, Roy, what are you telling me? Is it in the NVIDIA Control app or is it in the control panel? Let's open up the L control panel and see what happens. Because I don't have the, I don't use the app. Right? It's in the app. You see, I don't use the app because why? It's full of friggin' bloatware. So I stay away from the old NVIDIA app. Is there anything in here we can use? No? Let us see. Program settings. We'll get to X-Plane here and have an old gawk just to see, right? X-Plane. Possibly in the inspector. Do we have NVIDIA inspector? NVIDIA inspector. No, I'm not using that either. The less you have from NVIDIA, the better. Right? Just is, lads. Now, let me see. Anti-aliasing, no. Max frame rate, no. Monitor tech, multi-frame, sampling, power management. Power management should be on maximum performance, which it is. Refresh rate is the highest available, yes. So that's all we're kind of using there. It's called smooth mode. So effectively what it's doing, it's its own type of lossless scaling, I suppose. The inspector is a use and delete app. Yeah, I to be honest, I haven't gone near it. Just with the 5090, they play funny when you start tweaking things. You know what I mean? Like what I'm getting here now, it's good. We're getting good L frames. We're getting about 60 kind of locked, and considering we have everything turned on full blast, it should be butterly, kind of half butterly smooth, nice and easy to see, and no screen tearing, and everything should be doing its stuff. You know. The release notes list is huge. Yeah, so Sim Update 4 is on the way, lads, over Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I read down through the release notes last night, and I gotta say I'm quite impressed. They've done quite a thing. Don't Fing install. I'm having a Fing mare. Sith, good morning. Hope you're well. You're having a mare installing Sim Update 4 beta. Be careful with the betas. Do you know what I mean? Papa Justify, top of the morning to you. Hope you're well. So lads, this here is, it's Thranda's F33 Bonanza. It was only released a couple of days ago for X-Plane 12. And I gotta say, it's very pretty. And the livery that we're looking at, I created this myself. So you can go in through all the options and create all of these things, which is very nice. Naughty Gnome is here. 57 months. Naughty, are you back from holidays? I'm tired, he says. Last day of annual leave, got home from Cyprus at 5 a.m. You poor old devil, Naughty. Hope you had a great time, buddy. We missed you something fierce. The place hasn't been the same without you. But I hope you're well, bud. And thank you very much indeed for 57 months. The man is a legend. But anyway, so looking at our machine here, the Beech Bonanza, the F33A, no stranger to us in flight sim. We've seen this over in the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. This one, though, has the edge when it comes to some of the customization options, right? And what I mean by that is, well, we can really kind of get into the... well, I'll show you, look. So... here's our EFB, right? And I don't think I can I make this bigger? Oh, I can! Ah, brilliant. I want to show you some of the options, look, that we have, right? So this is your main kind of tablet, and it's very similar to what we'd seen with the likes of, say, Just Flight, what they do. So we have our aircraft options, and on this, right, if I do, let me see, if I do one of these, so you can kind of see the airplane as well. See the way we're doing this, right? So the electric tug, so that's just like your pushback tug. We have window reflections and panel reflections. So you can start up the same with the aircraft running. GPU, if you want it on or off, we can connect it up. We have a whole load of these kind of touch zones, right? Tie downs and the like. Not quite sure what that's supposed to do. Lights, other lights. We also have the chocks in play. We can go ahead and open up the engine cowling, right? The bonnet, if you will, or the hood. And we'll go in and get a closer look at that now in a moment. We can also turn on and off the lights, all the doors, the tie downs, all that sort of jazz. So that's all inside your aircraft options. Next up, we have our weight and balance. And we're going to start putting some fuel into this machine here. Let's go with 15 in the... oh, not 50. 15 in the tip tanks, and we'll go, what we do, we'll do I suppose 75 in each. Real handy the way you can just kind of move the sliders along, isn't it? So we can load that, and we can change that from... okay, that didn't work at all. Why did my tip tanks go suddenly? Equipment, tip tanks, get them back in there, please. Thank you. Weight and balance. It mustn't have liked that. Let's say 40. What do we mean, pounds? This must be pounds. So we're after filling it up to the goldangers. Hang on now. Call it 200 pounds at each. This should work without breaking. Hang on now. Put you back. Now let's see what happens. Load. Okay, we found a bug. Jeez, that's brilliant. We found a bug whereby we can't get the fuel into the plane correctly. That's a good start. Let's see here now. Because if I go to load this, it's going to be shagged, isn't it? Call it 70, Murph. Right? And then we'll go 20. Oh, Jesus, that's 2. 10 and 10. Now if I load that... oh, look, it keeps deleting it. How strange is that, lads? That's pounds, that's kilograms. I think you have to click on save. We'll try that next. Chances are I'm the idiot here, so you know what I mean? Weight and balance. We'll try this again. So let me see. We're going to go 10. Oh, I want 15 and 15, right? And let me see. Let's go 75. Let's go 75. Save? Ah, okay, right. That 24 minutes and I've broken it. Right, that's what I do. We have a checklist. We also have the panel editor. We'll get into that in a moment. You can select static liveries, and it comes with a list of all different liveries in which you want to select from. And you just hit apply, it loads in the livery, and away you go. The dyna feel, this is where you can change the feel of the aircraft in terms of how much force is needed, which is pretty cool. I leave everything on default at the moment, but as we fly, the faster you get, the lighter or harder the controls get. We also have a logbook here. Our ground handling, fairly straightforward. That's what we can ask for a GPU and all the jazz. The equipment, as you saw, we can throw on some tip tanks, so we can change the pilot, male or female. Then we have the dynamic liveries, and it's in here we get to change and mess around with all the different liveries. And these are just like base liveries, and we go along then and we start editing things. And there's multiple options. I would love to see this in Microsoft Flight Sim. It would be a game changer, lads, a game changer. But effectively, we can completely change, completely change the type of livery that we want and how we want colors to be, how much dirt we want on it. It's absolutely incredible. So the dynamic liveries is just incredible. We have a flight computer that's going to show us all the information that we need in terms of fuel flow, wind, and all that sort of jazz. And then we have a link to our AviTab. AviTab is just another add-on you can get for X-Plane, and this is where you can load in like your Navigraph charts, sim brief, aircraft notes, all the jazz. That's what you do with that. All right. So I'm happy enough with that. We're going to go back. That's the wrong button. We're going to go back here to the menu, and let me see. We're going to close this guy, and we're going to minimize this guy in here. Right. And it's starting to become daylight. So we're going to hop into the plane itself. Now, welcome to the cockpit. And you can kind of see, yeah, there's a lot going on here, right? So we have all of our avionics, including we're using the Reality GTN 750. But if we go into the panel editor, right, and we turn it on, we'll see all these little green little dots. This is everything that we can change and edit and replace and move around. This is pretty cool. For instance, right, we can change the layout of this aircraft by changing the different backgrounds. We can also use different panel presets. See this? We can even pop it into a full glass display if we wish. Right, so it's quite powerful. But not only that, we can also change the panel background. I kind of like the black. It just looks better. You know what I mean? So we're going to go with that. And if then we wanted to, we can actually go to an individual piece of the avionics and either take it out or put it in. This gives you fantastic opportunity to really make the aircraft feel like it's your aircraft. So for the sake of this exercise, I'm going to add in an angle of attack indicator. So I'm going to click on that. It's now appeared. So we need to move the dival across. So this is me moving it across, and we can get some fine adjustments in here, right? So I want to move it up the road a bit. And let me see. I think that looks good there. What do you reckon, lads? We happy enough? Goof. And there it is. Oh no, hang on. Move it upwards, Murph. Because it's currently sitting on a screw and we can't have that. So we'll move it across here, in between the two screws, look. There we go now, lads. That there now, to me, is absolutely fabulous. And we'll move it up the road here now, so the OCD isn't playing at me. Let me see. That there, to me, is about right. Lovely. Goosh. And there we have the ability to completely transform the panel inside the aircraft. Isn't that absolutely brilliant? I do love that. So what I want to do, well, we want to show you some of the stuff with the airplane, right? So hang on now, I'll get me buttons working right, because I don't want to be kind of horsing things around. So as you can see here, we have opened up the engine cowling, right? And if you have a look in here, well, we have beautiful detail of our Continental engine. And it's purely from inspection purposes, but it does the job. We have click spots when it comes to remove before flight, so we can remove all our, remove before flight. And as you can see, it's highly detailed. It's a highly detailed model, which is very, very nice indeed. So as the sun is coming up here in Renton, we're going to get ourselves situated with OnAir as we start planning for today's flight. If you're interested in drone mode and view like X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Sim, I found a little tool to make it happen. It's called Universal Control Mapping. Ooh, nice. Roy, I'm very interested because I was trying to do that last night with X camera. Failed miserably because I have X camera, but like, yeah. We need a dynamic livery creator in 2024, says Captain Sickbag. Couldn't agree with you more. I think it's a fantastic addition to your sim. I think it's fantastic. Whether or not we get a third party to do it, I'd say the way the aircraft are, we kind of need Microsoft to do it, or a Sobo. But I think that would be absolutely incredible if we got that into the sim. I really do. Right, we'll go back to our menus down here and our aircraft options. We can go ahead now and start closing all the doors. Yes, baggage door, passenger door, all the shebang. And we can go ahead and remove the pedo flag. What else? I think that's the engine inlet cover. And we have chocks here which we can remove as well. You can see now that we've put our pilots, our pilot and co-pilot now into the aircraft. So as I said, this is the livery that I made, and it's using this high metallic kind of shine chromey kind of a color with the the old Beechcraft design here in the back. We can put in our own tail number. It's done very, very well. Absolutely brilliant. So what we're going to do, we're going to fire up OnAir. Hello, OnAir. And give this a moment to start firing up. And let's see here what I can do. And that looks good. That looks good. All right. So we'll see what the story is here. We're going to enter the world and we need to tell OnAir, hey, we're using X-Plane today. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go to our options. Is it preferences? Yes. Simulator configuration. We're going to go down to X-Plane. And no aircraft detected. Let's give it a moment. Connected to X-Plane. It knows the story. Lovely. So we'll go back to... we'll go back one. And we're going to go to our dashboard. And OnAir knows what we're doing, where we're doing it. It just connects to, be it Microsoft Flight Simulator or X-Plane or P3D for that matter. It just knows. It's very, very good. So we're going to go in and have a look at this. This is a freelance job we were doing. Remember in Spain. So I'm going to abandon that. And we're going to pick a new one. So we're on the ground here up in Renton, and you can see it. Kilo Romeo November Tango. And it knows that we're in the Thranda F33A Bonanza. Excellent stuff. So we can do a cargo or passenger flight on this one. So let's go in and have a look. And it's going to give us options based on where we're currently located. And it's going to give us a couple of options on where we want to fly. Now, some of them, they're literally across the way. Like that's just over the where. That's Boeing Field, is it? Or King. So like, we'll go a little bit further down the road. So we can kind of select on all these different types of flights. So let me see. They're all giving me very, very short legs here. That's weird. Every flight, in fact, is going to Boeing Field. That's interesting. Oh, hang on. I put it in minimum airport size. So if we horse that up the road, this should give us some more. Here we go, I think. No, look, they're all going to Boeing Field. Now, they'll go somewhere else. From Boeing Field, they'll also go then onto other airports. So if we have a look at this, for example, this one here, volunteers, and then we're going back to Renton. That's very strange, isn't it? All right. What about the medical jobs? Here we go. These look a little bit better. So medical transport, right? This one here, all our distances, so they're pretty good. Here's one down to Portland. That's quite a large one. These are all massive airports. There's 20 jobs. Minimum airport size should be 1. And we'll do an L search again. So here's a few more options, right? So let me see. Distance on this one, KPSC, that's the Tri-Cities. Here's a small little one. Beaverly, never heard of it. Distance, I suppose, kind of 100-ish miles would be grand. Princeton, this looks nice. So let's go in and have a look at this. Let's see here now. So Princeton. So we're heading north up into the wilderness. This looks like it's going to be a nice flight. We're to take some surgeon specialists, 1 passenger, a surgeon, right? So this is going to be a flight from Renton up to Princeton, above into Canada. Ooh. And it's going to pay us $2,200. I think we'll go for this one, lads, will we? Let's look at the FBO details. So where we're currently at, fuel is available here. It's 453. Or if you get up to Princeton, fuel is a lot more expensive. Look, 654. So if we're going to get fuel, we're going to get it here where we are. That'll be the important thing, right? So we're able to check on the FBO status. So I'm going to go with this flight, lads. CYDC. That's where we're going to go. So it's KRNT to CYDC. Let's go ahead and fly this one. While we're waiting, we're going to fire up some Navigraph here into the side. And let's have a look. So we're going to unload our previous flight and we're going to go for a new flight. So this one is going to be KRNT and it's going to be over to CYDC. Done. And let's have a look. You watch us hopping, lads. What's going on? There's all buttons. I got a message from Gibbo. It's old age hitting him now, God love him. Right, so this is fairly straightforward. We can plan VFR flight for the moment. 137 nautical miles heading up over the hill. So we'll see what happens here, right? So I'm happy enough with that. We're going to go in now and we're going to fly this leg, right? And when it comes to the aircraft and the weight and balance, well, let's see, can we top up the aircraft, right? So we're going to be carrying, let's call it 80% across all our fuel. So we're going to put in 80%. We're going to put in our destination, which is going to be CYDC. Distance is 136. Now, see the way it's given us this warning? That's interesting. Alternate is going to be, we can go back to where we are, KRNT. All right. Display airports and range. It's not liking that. So do we need more fuel for this? Hardly. 80% should be enough. Validate the fuel. I don't know why it's giving me a red line here. Searching airports between 30 and 30 from Renton. Validate fuel is done. UTC offset. What time do I have it in my simulator? If I were to turn on the master battery switch. 0709 in the sim, right? So 0709. 060631. We have to go in live time. So it's 0709. We'll go to 0601. Let's okay that. You cannot fly with this aircraft. It has been banned by the moderators. What? They've banned this aircraft? What? Robert Harrison, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. That's an issue. We can't fly with this aircraft. You cannot fly with this aircraft. It has been banned by the monitors, please, or by the moderators. Please post a ticket if you need details or think that the aircraft should be reviewed again. Why would they ban an aircraft? Let's go to OnAir. Let's have a look. Let's see here now. OnAir company. Trying to fly the new F33A in X-Plane 12 shows as you cannot fly with this aircraft. It has been banned by the moderators. Please post a ticket. Let's see what they say. They could say, yeah, Murph, it's shagged, or it may not be entered in yet. Do you know? It may not, it could be so new it's not in the database. Yeah, that could be the reason. That could be the reason. So let me see, aircraft details. I wonder, can we go in here and pretend it's something else? No? Compatible add-ons? Your add-on is not compatible. Ooh. Let's see here now. Aircraft unique unit. How do we do this now? Manage. Events, flights, workshop. So it knows it's an F33. Can we override this, I wonder? Propose a free rights image. No. We need a refund. Sunjammer, good to see you, buddy. Where is this now? How can we press a button there? Let's see. Manage, stop the rent, check ride, events, buy, find FBOs, swap the aircraft. No aircraft type is not valid. That's real strange. Well, we're going to do this manually, right? because I've sent a ticket into OnAir. It could be that like the aircraft was only released a couple of days ago, so they haven't probably activated it on their side, which would make sense, right? I mean, if it's that new. So interesting. Park that for the moment. We know now what we're doing in terms of where we're flying, right? So we'll worry about all that jazz here now in a moment. So we'll continue on with getting this aircraft into action. And we'll see what happens. If they can add it this morning, great. If not, we can always revisit it with OnAir. I've never seen that with OnAir, though. That's interesting. Now, let me see. Kafra, welcome in. Hope you're well. Yeah, it could be the case, Malky, that the aircraft is just brand new. Unless, of course, there's something wrong with the aircraft that needs an update because OnAir probably can't read it correctly. That could be the reason as well, right? Anyway, we'll try not to get too worried. What do we want to do here? Yes, so we're going with battery is on, beacon and nav light can go on. Our parking brake is indeed set. Mixture is going to go fully rich. Prop, put it in full. Open the throttle a little bit. Fuel pump coming on. It's quiet in here, isn't it? What do it sounds like? Yeah, it sounds good. All right, so fuel pump is running. Let's see if we have fuel. We do. And we can pop out. I love that. Look, you can pop out all the jazz here if you wish. I love that. All right, so fuel pump is doing what it should be doing. Fuel pump off. Mags, 1, 2, 3. We'll open the window. And we shall say, oh, look at the Mercedes limo. We'll say clear prop. And let's see what happens. Are we ready? And we have a good start. Close the window. Alternator coming on. And we want our avionics master switch. And this is all starting to boot up here now. So let me see. We'll go into our flight plan. And we're going to put in our destination. Right? And as I said, we'll just work around OnAir for the moment. CYDC. That's where we're going to. It's pretty much direct to CYDC. Princeton. Enter that in. Let me see the message. That's all grand. We'll go back one and into our map. Nothing in here we need to worry about. No, we're all good. Circuit breakers are all modelled, which is great to see. Also get our environmental blower turned on. Get some lightage in here as well. There we are. Now, what else do you want to do? Cabin heat, defrost, firewall, no. Property ice, pitot heat can come on. What else? Elevation tab. We're in the pretty much takeoff position. Leave her there. In the green, that's where it wants us to be. Flaps, leave them alone for the minute. What else do we have here? Autopilot unit is the job. Warning lights, can't seem to test those, that's interesting. We do have an audio jack there that we can move stuff around. And what else do we have? Manifold pressure, tanks, tip tanks, that's our fuel pumps for that. Our Hobbs meter. Okay, we're looking good. You also with the yoke, you can actually turn off one or both, see that? That's a nice touch. OnAir is reading the aircraft identifier from the sim. If it doesn't have the same in the database, then it says no. Yeah, that could be the case. Well, I've dropped them. I've dropped them a ticket, so we'll see. We'll see how they look at it. They probably update their database fortnightly. I think I remember Margin saying that. We can also appear the tablet up here if we want it, and we can move the divel so we can see what's happening. And some of the things you might want as you're flying would be the likes of, say, your flight computer, or indeed you can use the Avi tab. And well, if we wanted to, we can go ahead and pop in Renton. So if we go into charts and we'll type in not charts. If you go into, is it maps? Here we go. So this is where we can utilize some Navigraph details here. So if we go down to, where's my options? Let me see, my airports, overlays. Where does one choose the map? VF4, here we go. So there's VF4. We have it in night mode at the moment. We can probably change that. So we're using Navigraph for in here. What else do you want to do here now? We've options. Something like that will work. And also, if we wanted to bring up our charts, would it be routes, airports? I think it's in here. So we'll go KRNT. The tablet shagged. KRNT, KRNT. There's Renton. And what else can we see here now? So that is... We can look at the airport. And there's our charts coming in here. Let me see. There we go. Okay, so we can utilize the chart there, which is something. So that's good news, right? It's up to you whether or not you want the tablet there. We don't really need it. You know what I mean? Lee Russell, good to see you, buddy. So we'll bring up Navigraph and let's have a look at the terrain along the way, right? So let me see. Winds here at Renton. Well, runway is going to be 34, which is up to our right-hand side. We're going to fly out over the bay, over kind of Newcastle neck of the woods. That's how Bill Gates has a gaff out here. And then it's over to the right-hand side as we fly along. Now, some of the other data we need, I need to check on some altitude. So 11,000 is what it's given us. That's going to be interesting. That's what we want to see. And we're going to be climbing rather, fairly up the road, I would say. So about 11,000. All right. So we'll put in an initial altitude. Let me see. We'll put in, where are we going? We're going to the east, so we'll go 11.5 initially, right? We'll arm that and we'll worry about that now in a moment. When it comes to our autopilot, we don't need to worry about flight directors or the jazz. We're going to come down here, we're going to get our taxi lights on, right? And quick check on the aircraft from the outside. It is looking very pretty now, isn't it? So we're going to taxi forward and all the way up to 3.5. All right. Are we ready? So we'll come off the brakes. Left, right, and let's just move around there now. And we'll just kind of roll up to where it is we need to go. Beautiful. All right, flight controls. They feel free and correct. Moving with a car. Swishy, good to see you. Murphy, can you tell me where I can get liveries for all airliners for free? Liveries, you can get them over on flightsim.to, which is a fairly good website for grabbing your liveries. Now, let's see. So we're going to ramble up here on Alpha. We're using live weather. I have to say the lighting looks superb, doesn't it? Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Now for our heading, we're going to turn our heading indicator to the runway heading. And everything else down with our autopilot. When we take off, we're just going to do a bit of climbing and seeing how we all get on with our departure. So look, I mean, we can see the clouds, right? There is a bit of a ceiling there, but we'll work around it and see what happens. That's all we can do, lads. That's all we can do. So it's going to be, we have a little run-up area over here. We're going to utilise that. Easy does it. Easy now. Weirdness with the light there as well. Again, the aircraft, it's new, like, so expect, you know, updates and stuff to be hitting it, but it's a beautiful looking machine, isn't it? Now, ideally, we want to be turning our prop into the wind here, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We'll also put the tablet on the far window as well, if we wish. But, we'll do something like this now. Right. So we shall do our run up here. So we're going to hold the brakes, parking brake on. Mixture's already in. Let's bring the RPM up. It seems a bit low or something, doesn't it? Interesting. Right, so we need to check on our mags. So let me see, we're going to go to the left mag. There's a drop. Somewhere between 50 and 80 RPM, back to both. Regains, onto the right mag. Similar drop, and it's fairly smooth as well. We're going to cycle the prop. Jay's the governor on that is slow. There's one. Manifold pressure increasing. RPM drops, and the last one should be our fuel flow. And our fuel flow is dropping. Alright. Easy now. Okay, so we're looking good there, there, and there. All our lights can come on. Flaps. Set one for takeoff. Off the brakes. Speaking of free, there's a Cessna 206 over in Flight Sim .to that has been updated for 2024. Ooh, nice. Get ourselves turned around here. Right, easy now, Murphy, easy. Now, instrument lights don't need to be that bright. Alright. That vent blower off, calm it all down, and we'll get ourselves onto the active runway. It's going to get stunning once the old sun comes up a bit higher. Very pretty. All the rattling and rolling, man. Alrighty. Right, we're walking, we're talking, soon to be squawking. Let's go flying. Are we ready? I always forget this button. There you go. And connected. Right, let's go. Loads of right rudder. Easy. Alright, there's 60 knots. Coming up on 80, 85, oopsie daisy. Positive rate of climb, and we're indicating. Gear coming up. Ooh, nice climb, look at that. Alright, out over the bay we go. Ed, welcome in. Alright, flaps coming in. Easy now. Small little adjustments. And we'll head up to the left here as we just gain a little bit of altitude. I'm going to fire into autopilot here now in a moment to let everything kind of calm down. Now, we also have the options when it comes to our noise cancellation, which kind of calms everything down for us. We'll have to do an external flyby as well. Are we ready? Very pretty. Right. Let's get our trim set up here. Easy now. And we'll also have to adjust a bit of rudder trim here because we're getting dragged to the right. So we'll horse that one over. And we can ease off the controls here now as we're moving. So we'll put this on. And what else you want to do? Just want to watch our rate of climb. We are in GPS mode. We're going to go heading mode now onto the autopilot. Go ahead and act that now. Our altitude, we want 11.5. And we're going to engage this. And we're going to climb here. About 1,000 feet a minute should do it as we climb. This poor old devil here is under pressure. Let's see. So what course do you want me at, machine? Let me see. Inside airspace, that's all grand. So course is going to be 100, is it? Let's have a look. Now it could be freaking out because there's high terrain and stuff and mountains and all this sort of jazz around us. Do you know what I mean? So we'll have to keep an eye on that. So we're kind of at that time of the day. It's not fully daytime yet, but it is looking pretty. And as I say, like, I mean, this is a livery that you can make yourself. You can go bananas with the different settings. But the sky colours are gorgeous, aren't they? Look at that. Very, very pretty. Okay, so we're gaining a nice bit of altitude here. We're up on 120 knots, and we are moving away from where we're supposed to be going, but that's quite okay for the moment. Is that Everett? Is that the city there? Or is it Seattle? Wait now, if that's Seattle, where's the stadiums? No, that's hardly Seattle, is it? Maybe it is. No, it can't be. I'm looking at that gadget though. That looks familiar, doesn't it? Maybe it is. We should have stadiums though. Yeah, it is Seattle, look. So this is out of the box scenery in the sim, right? So there's nothing like photogrammetry. There's nothing like that when it comes to X-Plane. Like, it's the ground scenery for me. This is where X-Plane, I think, is just lacking. Like, it's not even that it needs an improvement. It's just lacking, right? Now, there is add-ons you can get that will absolutely populate and make everything look great and all this sort of jazz. But by and large, the ground scenery, I think, in X-Plane, that's what brings it down. Like, there's no... without kind of going into your third parties, there's no real options. At night time, it looks fantastic. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is definitely Seattle. Look at that shot, though. Look at the sky colours. Like, that is very, very pretty. Beautiful. So we continue on up. We're climbing here like a devil. We want to go up to 1000. So we're going to start a right turn coming in. Let's call it 360 degrees. And as we're climbing, everything at the moment is looking good. Turn the lights off. It looks fantastic. Yeah, 100%. So, like, if we were to go back the road here. Do you know? Like, proper nighttime. It does look quite good at night. You know? Yeah, the ground is very much back at the FSX days, or P3D. 100%. Now, it's cool that you've, like, moving cars and all this, but, like, it's default scenery, so, like, you can kind of see what the differences are. Now, the good news, well, that's all going to change. And the reason why it's going to change, because, sure, we know that Mr. X is now working with Laminar. So you're going to see... You're just going to see an awful lot more. You know what I mean? You're going to see an awful lot more when it comes to, you know, the ground and how everything is and, you know. So it'll be class. There we go. So watch our speed here as we continue to climb. We're coming up on 6,000 feet. We can ease off these lights here now. And we just want to get a bit more altitude as we continue on up. But in terms of the aircraft itself, it's a nice airplane. Like, the Bonanzas... Dan Clow always makes these mistakes. Like, the fuel caps shouldn't be forward facing. Like, the air would come in and, like, shag it. You know what I mean? But apart from that, they're grand. Very dramatic scene, that, isn't it? Look at that with the clouds and stuff. Jesus. That livery is pretty, isn't it? And as I say, once we get a bit more sunlight onto it, it's going to look absolutely savage. Beautiful. It's 8K livery stuff. That's what they're doing. But with X-Plane, again, it's a beta, right? But the stuff that they're working on, very much so. I mean, they're two different sims doing different things, and it looks like X-Plane is very much saying, right, we're going this direction. And that's, you know, I remember Austin said in an interview, that's a couple of years ago, but like, as a pilot, you're constantly fighting the weather. Weather is moving and you're constantly trying to get away from it. And I think they've done a great job. I think the sky is looking great. The clouds are you know, visually they're grand. You get them in the right lighting, like what we have now. It looks very impressive, right? 1,000 feet a minute is kind of half putting us under pressure here. So let us reduce our rate of climb. And let's have a look at our mixture settings here as well. Something like that. Manifold pressure still giving us full beans, and we're going to get our speed back up here now as well. Temperature starting to drop. So, 6 degrees, give or take. But it's coming together because we're going to be rambling over this neck of the woods, and there is higher ground over there, so we've got to be careful with that. So there's definitely a cloud layer we need to watch. So we're kind of between the layers at the moment. And then we have a ceiling up here. Now I'm hoping we should be able to break through that fairly easily, you know. Does X-Plane multiplay? It kind of does, Dave, but nowhere near as easy as Microsoft Flight Sim. If you want to put other aircraft in, you can connect to a LAN, but or you can use JoinFS. But yeah, it's not an easy setup and just pop it in there. You know what I mean? But as I say, like, there's other things in X-Plane that, you know, you just enjoy. I mean, don't care where you're watching or how you're watching. That is a very nice view. It just is. That looks gorgeous, and the lighting is superb. Very, very nice indeed. So as we continue on, let's have a now look at this now. Let's have a look. So we're going to be turning right here shortly. Just to see how it all kind of comes in. Very pretty though, isn't it? And as I say, once we break through this cloud layer, if we can break through this cloud layer, this will make things a lot more interesting. Right, so we're going to ramble over to the right now, get ourselves onto this magenta line. And we can probably do a direct 2 from here. And let's go into nav mode. Got some beautiful mountains over there in the distance. So far, so good. Speed is good. Fuel usage is good. RPM is looking good. We can probably reduce this guy out another ticket. And all the while reducing our fuel flow as we... all the while we're reducing our fuel burn here, which is exactly what we want. Now, it says nav is ready. Interesting. Nav? Okay, are we missing a button? So, heading we can do, but it won't engage. Why is that now? Huh. That's very strange. It says nav on the flag. We can put in a course if we need to. Let's call it 137. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Why is that resetting? Okay. Let's see what we're not doing right. That's all correct. Radio master. I don't have a nav or GPS switch. We have our CDI here. That's very strange. It's as if it's getting dragged off a heading, isn't it? There's terrain avoidance. We can see that. It says ready. And autopilot is engaged. It won't let us engage nav mode. Jeez, that's a good one, isn't it? All right. Fear not, friends. We'll have to go heading mode. Let's see here now. We'll go heading. Usually you can arm nav mode. You know what I mean? It just, so, like, it's an S-Tech autopilot, but like that should be working. Heading nav. Trim. That'll sort itself out. Trim down. Heading on. That's a good one, isn't it? C172, good to see you. He says, good morning, Murph. I flew X-Plane 12 on the weekend in the A330. The only plane I can't fly, or you can fly without any problems. Wish could fly more, but they don't fly right. The update did good to the airports. Ooh. The 137 doesn't make sense. You're meant to be heading northeast. Yeah, it should be 037, shouldn't it? Or 14, actually. 14 should do it. Right. This is the problem, because this lad is shagged. And nav mode won't work. Now, I wonder, is it a case that it's because I'm using the custom avionics? You know what I mean? It could be that. I wonder if I were to fire it back in, like the 530, for example, would it behave? I mean, we absolutely can. Let me see. Go back here. No. Go back here. Panel editor. So maybe it's just having a moment. Layout page. So if we were to go back to... Well, that's using a G5. Reload the aircraft. Oh, jeez, I don't want to do that. Is it says the... Master device. Aha. Aha. The slick one. Do you know he is a slick one? So the GTN wasn't set as the master device. That was interesting. So now it is, and now it is. Great news. Jeez, it's only 4 years. We'd have been in a terrible maze. The man gets a cookie. The man gets a cookie. That's why he's called the slick one. See, we're learning, friends. This fella Murphy, he's some big idiot, isn't he? Yeah, right. Look at the weather. It's all like, you know, gloomy and, you know, not terribly nice. Looks pretty though. You love cookies? Look at this top cloud layer. How in the name do we get across this? Like 115? How's our old fuel down here now? Easy. Too much? Right. That'll do it. Man Murphy, breaking everything. There's a weirdness there with the owl textures. Oh, it's just reflections, look. They're the reflections inside the aircraft. That's mad looking, isn't it? It's a great view. Look at that. Beautiful. The scattering is class looking. The atmospheric scattering stuff, isn't it? Beautiful. All right. So, temps, pressures, all good. Fuel, left side, right side. We better swap it over to the right side. There we go. And then we have our tip tanks. We can filter those in if needs be. So you've transferred... The tip tanks transfer into the main tanks, and then the main tanks, they go on in. Manifold pressure's a little bit on the low side. RPM is grand. Let's keep it at 25 for now. You should have held us there, you big muppet. Throw us down there, Betsy. 11.5 is what we wanted. Got ourselves back down to 11.5. Still climbing, yeah. Is it stock X-Plane, or do you need some programs to make it look like that? No, the visuals, not stock. All I'm using here is an aircraft, a payware aircraft. But in terms of how it looks, that's stock X-plane. Now this should lock us in, shouldn't it? There she goes. That's better. So it'll hold us now at 11,500. And there's another cloud layer above us. Can't do much about it. But it does make for a very dramatic scene, doesn't it? That's stunning. At this time of the day as well. Like local time is 10 to 8 in the morning in the sim. And we're just going to be tipping across some cloud here the whole way out. Now we can bring up our map here and have a look at some cloudage. Give us clouds. So it'll start breaking along our journey, which is kind of nice. Do we have NextRad working now? We do. So there is a bit of rain behind us, look. And this is all thanks now to the new weather radar stuff, which is class. So where we are right now, we're going to be leaving a couple of areas. We'll start breaking through cloud cover. We're battling a 4-knot headwind, which is kind of nothing. Hayden, good to see you. Murph, if you download the latest profile inspector, you can change smooth option in the extra category in the inspector called smooth motion. It probably won't take effect though until after the Simroy. But to be honest, I don't think I need it, mate. I mean, look, it should be smooth, right? Or is it not smooth? Should be smooth. If it's not smooth, we'll definitely fix it. Right now, why don't I have that view? That's interesting. I'm not breaking a view. Mr. Nice says it is very smooth. Yeah, like I suppose my thinking would be if I needed it, I'd definitely throw it in. It's more noticeable in heavy areas and planes. Ah, okay. I'll have a look at it. Left your camera behind on the ground. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's you have all these other buttons that you can mess with. You know, nearest airport cam. Jeez, look at that. That's gorgeous looking. Sky colors. Fabulous. Airport cam. Chase. Cam. I don't know what the other ones do. Weird, isn't it? Now our colours starting to come in. That's very pretty, lads, isn't it? Look at that. Mimics, you have a great day, my dude. Take a fierce handy, buddy. That's very, very pretty. Do you know, it'd be a right thing after this to compare the F33 on a similar flight, wouldn't it? Over in Microsoft Flight Sim. But I'm loving how the atmosphere works. It's like the rays, the moisture in the air, as you say. Like it's absolutely, it's excellent. It really is. It's very pretty. Now, what was the alert we got from OnAir? Because they're talking to me now. Let me see. Fly now. So it doesn't like the aircraft. How do we do this now? Aircraft details. Aircraft unique ID. We'll copy that. Let's see what I can do here. Unique ID. Unique ID. And then also aircraft. Let me see. Aircraft. What's that? Aircraft type. Right, so aircraft type unique ID, and then aircraft unique ID is that. Right, OnAir are looking after the stuff. They're working on it. That's a good sign. That's a great sign. All right, man, look at this. This is looking very cagey, right? Gibbo, he's great, Craig. Right. We're doing all right. What are we, 30 minutes out? About 30 minutes out, give or take. Willie VR, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. So, yeah, some of the changes, as I said, that they were making to X-Plane. Primarily, this one it's the weather, right? And they've also made some nice changes to their A330, which is a great plane in X-Plane 12. The flight model is supposed to be excellent. I haven't flown it much. And like the main aircraft I would use in X-Plane would be, I love the Lineage, the Embraer from X-Crafts. The Challenger is beautiful. Airfoil Labs 172, Airfoil Labs King Air. Flight Factors 777, Flight Factors 757, they're 767. And also the MD-11 was quite good from Rotate. So there's the AW139 chopper from X-Rotors. I do like flying that machine as well. So there's still quite a lot of aircraft in X-Plane that are very appealing. And like, to be honest, the default 172 is quite good. It's not bad at all. Those mountains look incredible. And just with that right amount of kind of fog and stuff, it's doing the atmospheric stuff very well, isn't it? I mean, they're just hard to see. Do you know what I mean? As we cruise along here at 11.5. Everyone misses the Felis 7.4. Do you know, I haven't flown it, man. I'm terrified of it. And like, it's $70 as well. I'm like, I don't fly the big airliners that much to say, yeah, let's grab it. In saying that, I do have Concorde, but still, one of the best mood and atmospheric created for classic aircraft. I don't know, man. I haven't grabbed it yet. I'll grab it, I'm sure, at some stage. But, oh, I don't know. Could you imagine me in that friggin' thing? I'd be in a hoop. A hoop! The LTN 92 is fantastic. What be that now? That is class looking. I'm at to break in one of the cameras. So that's somewhere up there. There's me playing there, look. Look at the zoom, look. That's mad, isn't it? The sounds are super. Yeah, I can imagine. In the 7.4 are the default sounds. Look at the atmosphere, and it's beautiful. Look at that. Jesus, look at the mountains here, look. Murphy? We're moving through something? I don't know what we're in. What's with all the red? Oh, we're on the beacon light. Look, it's a beacon light. Jesus. The freighter version. Ooh, now does the freighter version, I'd be quicker to jump at a freighter version. You know. We like the freighters. Do you like my livery? Isn't it mad the way you can do like that is a feature I would love to see in Flight Sim, in Microsoft Flight Sim. Create your own livery on the fly. I think that would just be incredible, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? It's amazing what a livery can do when you go flying the thing. It gives you that sense of ownership. It's weird, like. Felix, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. It's I just love that you can do this sort of stuff in X-Plane, and it's I really like that's something that Microsoft need to be saying. Hey, that's a great idea. We need that in our lives, you know. Oh, my cowl flaps are still open. Let's close these guys out. Shugunk. There we are. Oh, that's a very nice view there, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that. That's terribly pretty. Hang on. We'll take a screenshot. Listening here, the sounds seem a bit muffled, says Captain Sickbag. And? The sounds are alright. They're not the best. They're definitely not the best. But they're alright. I think they're acceptable. But if they're muffled, yeah, it could be a bit bassy. Now that could be me acting the agent as well. Am I using this gadget again? No. Sometimes Atmos really makes a bit of a mess with things. But this is a very, very nice place to go flying, isn't it? Look at this. That looks incredible with the weather, right? And just like the levels of you know, the levels of fog and just the whole atmosphere. It's quite dramatic looking, you know. Felis Leopard. Is that the Felis, by the way? No, is it? How are you? Welcome in. You know, they were just talking about your 7.4. I haven't got it yet. I've often thought about it, but it's very big, you know, and it looks terribly confusing. Probably learn it, you know. If memory serves me, someone did an Aer Lingus livery for it, so I mean, there's that. You know, we could go that road, but yes, I've heard great things about it. Heli flight up to Mount St. Helens worth a trip. Ooh, nice. About to start closed beta and prepare for release soon for the freighter. Nice. Yeah, I think the freighter I'd have more discipline with a freighter version, only because if it's the passenger version, now I know you can get liveries that convert it and that, but yeah, I think the freighter version, when it comes to the larger airlines, I always prefer the freighters because they'll do shorter hops, you know. I don't have the discipline for a long haul flight. I really don't. Anytime I do a long haul flight, something happens. Although in saying that, the MD-11 behaved itself well. But the last time I took the A350 out, the A350 out for mini builds, one of the ground crew thought it'd be hilarious fun to leave the fuel cap open. Yes, and I couldn't close it, and it ruined my existence. But yes, look at this, lads. Isn't that pretty? So this is using auto ortho. That's why we're getting these satellite images baked onto the mesh. The mesh is coming from ortho as well, but it looks very, very good. But yes, Felix, congratulations, mate. It's as I said, I've watched Q8 Pilot Flight a number of times, and he loves it. And you know, anything that if Sam says something's good, it's good. You know what I mean? Look at the lads. I'm kind of shocked at the views. That looks amazing. That's gorgeous. The takeoff sounds are boss. So they're the default sounds. I'm not aware. It doesn't need a sound pack, I imagine. Felix, will the freighter version have a weather radar? Asking for a friend? You know, maybe we can just pop in a modern EFB or something. And with that, the workload of Felis has increased. Oops. Jeez, look at the mountains here. That's gorgeous, isn't it? What a beautiful place to fly. Beautiful valleys and peaks, and it's gorgeous. Weather's bang on as well, look. Only 3 knots of wind. Then we're heading to Princeton. Roy, doesn't look great. It looks phenomenally good. Filthy is here. Good morning, Filthy. Hope you're well. A very happy Tuesday. We're about halfway there. We got what, 20 minutes? About 25 minutes to go. And I gotta say, it's well, it's looking very, very nice indeed, isn't it? And again, lads, if you're on the fence about X-Plane, I mean, look, if you have space on your computer, right, that you can run another sim, in terms of setting up the controls and bindings and everything else, I mean, you can pretty much match what you're already used to in Flight Sim when it comes to all your control bindings. Yeah, it's going to be a headache, right? It's going to be it's going to take you an hour, probably, maybe less, a cup of coffee, and then you go through things step by step. But the controls that I use, they're the exact same as what I use in Microsoft Flight Sim. Exactly the same. Which makes it fierce handy. Is this ortho? It is, Davis, it is. Felix says, I'm thinking about it. So far, Toto's radar works fine, but it has problems. The new X-Plane radar also has problems. I'll not be able to make all modes. Maybe. Interesting. Yeah, like, it's early days. I mean, we're still on beta 1, right? So I imagine, give it a month, maybe 2 months. It'd be interesting, like, you know, if something like Avitab could do it. Wouldn't that be the ticket? If Avitab could throw in some sort of a, you know, a weather radar. Or the likes of, well, okay, if you're flying an airliner, you'd want something there handy. I don't know, to be honest. Love the new synthetic terrain on the G1000 though. Was waiting for it so long. Yeah. It's amazing, like, now and it's accurate as well, but like, we're kind of used to seeing synthetic vision on, well, we're kind of used to seeing it, but it's great to see it now in X-Plane. Without the extra add-ons, you get this. Very good. The weather radar in the Zebo mod works very well. Sky Matrix did a nice video on that. Ah, okay. But yeah, between Q8 and also Conti, flying the 7.4, it is gorgeous looking though. And like, did you see the one with the Aer Lingus livery? Where is this now? I mean, the one with the Aer Lingus livery is just like, McGurr, I need that in my life. It's very, very pretty. Look at this, look. Oh. Right, I mean, you know what I mean? It's gorgeous. My goal is to simulate the historic equipment. 100%. Look at that, man. It's just... I remember when Aer Lingus had these. They don't anymore now, but like... It's just a nice looking machine, that. But also, you know, massive. Like, you know, on a scale of... holy moly. You know what I mean? But yeah, very, very pretty indeed. Came back in for airplane time. Yes, you need some quiet alone time. It's beautiful, man. Sith, have you got the Felis 7.4? Just look at this. Look at that for a view, lads. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, there's the weather after instantly changing. Yeah, they need to not let that happen. I think that's... But Microsoft does it as well. There's always been like this kind of, you know, cliff face of boom, new weather data, right, horse it in there. I know there's programs and I know there's ways around it, you can slow it down, but like, I think, ooh, there's a star. I think that's something that needs to be worked on, because it's apart from an immersion, apart from a breaker, it'll completely change what you're doing in the sim with the aircraft, you know. No, but the Aer Lingus repaints are something else. They look gorgeous, don't they? They look gorgeous. We'll have to we'll have to grab it. So you imagine me trying to fly that? I'll need a course on how to do it. It uses an INS or UNS1, I think, but I think you can also pop in an FMC in there, and I'd love to have a look at the freighter version when that's released. Felis, would that be a standalone version, do you think? Or would that be like a module to be added to the base of the 7.4? Same INS as the 727 and Concorde. Yeah. Is it a UNS or an INS? It's UNS. Or maybe it's INS. UNS is Universal Navigation System. INS is... I don't say internal, but I think is it internal or inert? I think it is. CIVS. SIVA. I remember seeing SIVA somewhere. This is very pretty. This is ortho. I mean, do you ever look at like there's another add-on you can get an X-Plane, I forget, Frank and two lads, and they do all these beautiful sceneries. They did the Dolomites, they did Banff. Inertial, that's the one. Standalone, based on the passenger version, but installed separately. Aha, nice, okay. Well, the very best of luck with it, Felis. It's exciting, man. I mean, to see, you know, a proper 747, a classic variant, and cargo is just like, you know, brilliant. The LTN can do basic or nav. The slick one, what is the LTN? INS FMC, but the best is to use the custom LTN 93. I'm not familiar with an LTN. Is it somewhere between an INS and an FMS? Or an FMC, we call it. Similar and Joker Games, good to see you. I use a lot the G36 model. Yes, G36 is beautiful, the other Bonanza. This is the F33, and yeah, it's very, very pretty. Look at the views, though. Isn't that beautiful? Look, it's so dramatic, isn't it? I mean, look at, you put on the dramatic music now, lads. It just gets, you know. Gorgeous. In a world, one man will fly his plane over the mountains. Epic Fool is here. Murphy, I messed up with me holidays to Malta. What did you do, Epic? The man has made a mistake. Windu says, what if your engine fails right now? Where would you go? We would go down. We would go right down. In the glide ratio of this, 1 to 16, I think, is it? Or 1 to 17? Epic Phil says, well, it turns out I accidentally booked them for the same weekend as the Malta Air Show and a hotel on the display route. I honestly didn't know, but trying to get my missus to believe me will not go well. Right, so Epic, it's like this, right? You've made a terrible mistake in the planning element of your upcoming trip to Malta. When are you going, by the way? Because my dad is going to Malta next week. We'll put up posters. Have you seen this man? All you need to explain to your significant other half, your present lady partner, is to say that, oh gosh, and oh dear, you'll never guess what. You know, weren't you meant to book your dad to Tenerife? You know, I did that. He's retired, he travels. He's going to Tenerife in November. Although you want to be careful, there's earthquake action out there. You know. But yes, oh gosh, and bother, Epic. Now say this exactly, you want to write this down. You'll never guess what. There I was booking our holiday and I got the best possible deal because the room and service is going to be fantastic. And it just turns out that there's going to be a candlelit dinner on the Friday night. And they said because of potential inconvenience to sound levels, they will give you a complimentary day pass to the beach. And that's it. She thinks she's like, oh, it's great value. You know, they're looking after us. The 21st to the 28th, and we initially were going to come home earlier. 21st to the 28th? Hang on, when's he going? My dad's going on the 17th, I think. He'll be over there, you'll see him. He looks like a walking pint of Guinness. Right? Just as long as he doesn't step off the plane onto the wrong island. That could happen. He'll look like a walking pint of Guinness because he's white hair and he's, well, he'll have a tan. You know. Sorry, love. What do you want? Yeah, that'll work, sure. That's very pretty. Janie. Where is this now? Where is this now? Tomorrow lunchtime, we're getting a new couch. Isn't that great news, lads? Air show's the 27-28 if you're still there. The Aircore PC9 is going. No way. Or PC12. No way. That's awesome. Just I should have told him that. You could have got a free lift. Oh well. What can you do, lads? What can you do? All right. We are 11 minutes out. Let's have a look. So CYDC airports info. Go back one. Over the airport. Information. Runway 22. All right, they want runway 22. Altimeter setting up here is 2990. And we can probably start descending here now. So let's see. We'll keep to the north of the field and then we'll circle in, right? So runway 22. Airport elevation. $2,300. All right, let's go ahead and arm. Engage. And let's go down arrow. 800 feet a minute. I'll get our speed up. Ask him to pull some strings and get me a lift back. 100%. We'll have to drop you to Dublin though. Although then again, you know, if they're not back in time, they'll probably have to land you in Shannon. That's the way, like, the air core has gone now. ATC problems. Man alive, look at that, lads. Oh, that's beautiful looking, isn't it? Look at that. That's stunning looking. That's really stunning. Gorgeous. Right, let us see what we're about to do. I think we'll have to fire up Microsoft Flight Sim after this and try the F-33. Right. That'd be perfect. I'm flying from Shannonshire, which is handy. Shannon's the best airport in the world, Epic, isn't it? It really is. When I flew out to Spain there a couple of weeks ago, I've never seen it as busy. There was at least 3 people in the queue. I mean, I didn't know what was happening. It was great. Right, watch your speed as we're doing this. Let's just reduce some manifold pressure. And we're still a little bit high, but at this stage we'll just start preparing to land. Got our lights on. You had to queue, yeah. Just to mention, the Universal Control Remapper tutorials posted in Sim Help Support. Ah, thank you very much, Roy. Appreciate it, bud. I had to queue, yeah. It was like phenomenally busy. There was 2 flights to Spain, 2 flights to the UK, 1 to JFK, Poland. There was a handful of flights all happening at the same time. It was quite mad. Quite mad. Very nice, very pretty. Now, let us go into here. Okay, OnAir working on that aircraft. Great news. Great news. Alright. Alright, continue dropping down. What did we say? 8, was it? Beautiful machine. The Bonanza, it's with the tip tanks, it's just gorgeous. Now the V-tail, now if there was a V-tail, wouldn't you be absolutely elected? Be very, very pretty. Alright, how are we fixed on fuel now? Right and left, they're fairly balanced. We'll leave the tip tanks alone. Sure, it'd nearly be a Fuga at that point. It nearly would. Fly by. Right. So let me see. We're going to sync up our heading here with this. And we're going to fly heading mode, right? Because I want to do... I want to stay slightly north of the airfield as we're doing this. Now we're going to call this 9 or 5, so let's drop it down now again. Let's go 7-5. Arm, execute, engage it, drop it down, and we continue with our descent. So what do you think of the Thranda aircraft? There's some great features in it, lads, isn't there? You gotta love the customization of the panel and also the liveries. I'm loving this, man. It's gorgeous. I'll have to look at that profile inspector as well. That could be fun. Okay, our speed is dropping off something fierce. How was that now? That doesn't make any sense. Why is the mixture? Wow. Okay, that's not right. Because if your mixture wasn't enough, your RPM would drop, or it'd be coughing and spluttering. Your RPM would not hold and just your airspeed bleed off. That just wouldn't make sense at all. Tazzy, good man yourself. 45 foot per minute landing in the 777. Jesus. Good stuff out of you, bud. Alright. So there's a river ahead of us. That's going to be our visual reference point. Once we get to the river, we'll take it easy. This plane is going to be my next purchase. Love the Nanza and the Thranda GA. Yeah. It's pretty, man, isn't it? There's a couple of bugs with it, Tazzy. It's going to need a few more updates. Oh, look at the tree data there. That's weird, isn't it? The livery, there's a bit of faffing with the livery to get it to work because, you know, how it renders. But, yeah. It's good, man. I like this plane. They've done a great job here. There's another Thranda aircraft I want to look at is their Grand Caravan, the 208. I can't see out through my goggles. Do you know? Flight Sim Max, good to see you, Max. Hope you're well. I also, due to peer pressure, I need to check out the Felis 742. And Felis is in our chat there. He's working on the cargo variant and hoping to get a beta out in the coming weeks and months. This is great news. All right, so right tank, left tank. Stay on the right tank for the moment. I turn on my aircon, lads. It gets shocking hot in here. Like 30 degrees in here already, like. Never go in brand new. Give it a minimum of 2 months. Yeah, I should have. But still, it's a first look, and it's like so far it's a very good plane for a first look. All right, so we have a runway over here somewhere. There it is. So we got to be careful, but there is quite a bit of high terrain in this little valley. So we just want to watch for that. Now we're parked at 7,500 feet. Let's go to 3.5. Let's engage this. 800 feet a minute once again. Get the Felis, it's amazing. You're not the first to tell me. Ooh, this is pretty. Look at that, look. Gorgeous. We'll happily beta test the F variant Felis. I've professionally flown yours for hundreds of hours. There you go. I just want to double check, lads, because the monitor I'm looking at could be SAS. How is the viewing on YouTube? Is it butter smooth? Or is it a little bit kind of, you know, stuttery? Captain Sickbag, I'm telling you, it's flat out, man. Flat out. Twitch, I think, is okay. I think it's more YouTube. I just want to see how it's handling movement and transitions. Like, it should be butter smooth, but if it's not, just let me know. As I say, it's just a monitor that I'm looking at. It could be the fact that it's not getting me full attention. You know? Twitch is fine. Cheers, Kev. Captain Sickbag says fine as well. Wait. Right. So we're going to stay north of the field. We can see the river ahead of us. Straight pigeon looks good. Sweet. All right, thanks, lads. All right, so we're in heading mode. There's the airport. And we're going to come in around this way. We're still fairly high, though. So let's ease off some of that power. Let's increase our rate of descent. 3.5 is probably fine. Victor, thank you very much. Hey, Heisenberg. Good morning, buddy. You're up before your breakfast. Good to see you, man. You joined us here in X-Plane 12 in the Thranda F33A Bonanza. About to do a landing into Princeton, or Princetown, is it? Princeton in Canada. And that's our runway over there. Alright. Small little turn. Now, can we turn off that gear warning horn? Lower the gear will fix it. Okay, autopilot. I have control. Oh, that's very pretty, isn't it? Very pretty. Alright, bring the RPM up a little bit. Get our mixture back in. That's good. Ooh, there's a drop off the nose. Fix our pitch. Not too much. There we go. Get our yokes back into play. Alright, start a turn here. We can probably go back, actually, we'll go out to where that little lake is and then circle back in. Looking good. With the gear down. Alrighty, start a turn, watch your speed. Another notch of flaps. And some Toby working. Watch the turn. Looking somewhat good. Easy. Watch the speed. It's all default, so you can kind of see where the ortho imagery down low, it can get a little bit kind of, Minecrafty. But again, like anyone who's used some of the more higher end simulators in the real world, even the level D stuff like graphics and all that, X-Plane actually runs a lot of those. P3D still runs a lot as well. Okay, approach speed, ease back. We're going to be looking for about 70. Little bit of wind. Line up the runway. There we go. Easy. Easy. Hold the nose. The touchdown sounds are absolutely brutal. Jesus. It's like glass smashing. Do you hear it? Oh dear, they need to fix that. Right, flaps in. Alrighty. Welcome to Princeton. We shall exit here to the right. Did you pop the right tire? No. I mean, I don't think so. We'll check out the replay, but I don't think so. Easy now. All right. Let's call this the FBO. It is now. Easy. Okay, park brake set. Let's have a quick look in here. Avionics, we'll go ahead and clear these. Landing lights. Avionics, master switch. Off. Cowl flaps, reopen. Mixture. And battery. There we have it. Interesting. It's it needs a little bit of work. Nothing major. Sounds like you've done this yourself, right? Yeah, it's it needs a little bit of work. Tie downs no, but get the covers on. We got the chocks in there as well. There we go. And there we have it. So Thranda's F33 in X-Plane 12, it's very good. A couple of updates needed. The sounds there on touchdown were pure dodge. Let's see if we can get an old replay. Balls, I better close the doors. Alright, play that for a minute. There we go. Easy now. Right. That's a weird, it's weird with the light, isn't it? The light is kind of shagged as well. Barely broke the glass. Yeah, very strange, isn't it? I don't know what the deal is with the light and how... It's weird, isn't it? Here's our approach coming in anyway. Yeah, it was lively. Jesus. Easy. Watch the flare. Easy. Easy. Not too bad. That actually wasn't too bad. The sounds are a bit mad, aren't they? So here we are turning back onto final. Right. That light is absolutely shagged. And the sounds for the throttle inputs, that's really the that's all broken. Like our positioning isn't too bad. We're slightly off to the left. But I think we kind of managed to tuck it in there right at the end. That's me on the throttle. So every time you hear that noise, that's me adjusting the throttle. The cover is still on, but that's okay. Yeah, it wasn't too bad, was it? It could do some work on the sounds, you know what I mean? But as I say, overall, not bad. Not bad at all. Great release from, I think a great release from Thranda. What do you think, lads? Very good, yeah? What do you know? We're 10-1. Will we jump over to, MSFS and have a look at, their Bonanza? It'd be a nice comparison, wouldn't it? I think it would. I think it would. So let me see. Unscale. Give that a moment to think about life and close, and we'll get our ortho. Close him and quit him, and we'll fire up Microsoft Flight Sim just to have a look. Just have a look. Practically Geek is here. Good to see you, buddy. Are you using any plugins for X-Plane 12 graphic ones? No. Negative. Nothing. Zip. Nada. Nothing. Right, so we better edit all of this now. Jesus. X-Plane 12 Thranda Bonanza on air, and then MSFS 2024 F33A. Right. Now we need to go to Twitch. Edit. X-Plane Thranda on air, and then MSFS 2024 F33A. Button Smurf, you can do it. And we'll do one of these. And one of those. I heard my door open. And then it closed. Gotta go to the airport. Eamon, have an awesome time, my dude. Okay, so we are now going into Microsoft Flight Simulator. And let's see what happens. Shall we? Yes. Now, let's have a look. So this is purely just going to test out to see how the this aircraft behaves in Microsoft Flight Sim. So let me see, options, preferences, simulator. We're going to go over to Microsoft Flight Sim. No aircraft detected. That's okay. Save. Start. Let's give it a moment. Think about life. Andy Brown, good to see you. Still got another week in Cyprus. It's getting cold here, Andy. Miserably cold. Frightfully cold. You know, F33. There we go. Coronado's F33. Let's configure this. Let's have a look at the colours and the paints and all the jazz. Livery, let's have a look. I suppose that's as close as we're going to get. It doesn't have the nice beach gadget on the back. Sure doesn't. All right, let's go with this one. And we're in Princeton. So let's start in Princeton and work our way back. So Princeton was CYDC, wasn't it? There it is. Princeton. Maybe Princeton. Load in there now, Sim. There we go. All is looking well. We'll start off here. Flight conditions. We're going to leave it on real weather. However, the time we're going to change it. We're going to make it, I don't know, about 8 in the morning. Right? And let's see what happens here. So we'll start the flight and let's see what happens. My X-Plane 12 takes forever to load into a flight, but I think Orbix True Earth is doing it. Yeah, 100%. Hermit something, good morning. Feels so good to be late for class on a chilly morning. Extra lie on in bed. Fantastic. Fantastic. Right. Oh, this looks pretty good as well, actually. Hang on now. There's no doubt about it, lads, but this is looking nice as well, isn't it? Right, let's have a look. Scenery. Ah, we're inside his face. Scenery-wise, this is just a different kettle of fish, this one, isn't it? No tip tanks. Right, remove, and remove. Right. Let's jump on in. And our views are working. Yes, they are. All right. Settings. Resume. 180 frames. Holy frames, Batman. I think Autogen buildings might be better in X-Plane. Yeah, like that's... You're right. You are right. They're horrendous looking. Right, F33. What options do we have? Coronado. We'll go to PMS. I'm raging we don't have any more options in this. You know what I mean? What can you do? Right, let's check on our fuel. Flight planner. Aircraft. Performance. Fuel. Cargo. Fuel. 50. Let's go 80%. Load immediately. The aircraft has been loaded successfully. Right, and let's go here to OnAir. And this is all connected in. So let me see here. If we go to... Let's go back. And let's just do a free flight. We'll abandon that. And we're going to do a free flight. So free flight. We're going to depart from there. And we're going to fly back to Renton. KRNT. KRNT. Right, that's what we're doing. Fly that. And it's going to be there to there. Fly now. And we're going to call it 80%. Destination is KRNT. Validate our fuel. All right, that's working better. Time will be set to 0. Yeah, that'll do. Fly now. So that'll change the time of day a little bit. Actually, we'll go back an hour just to make it look as pretty as it did on the way over, will we? Start tracking. Okay, OnAir is up and running. Beautiful. All righty then. Let's see what happens. Max Stallion, good to see you, buddy. What can we do here? Not much, says you. All right, remove this guy. Parking brake is set. Battery. Alternator, nav and beacon. Not much in terms of sounds, is there? Let me see. That goes full. Fuel pump. Good sounds. Open the window. No fuel flow. I should be getting a fuel flow reading, but however, let's just pretend it works. All right, we will go 1, 2, 3. We'll say clear prop.
Your flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Good sounds. Sounds are way better. Pedo, taxi, landing, strobes, get them all on. Avionics master switch. That's the vent blower. If I was an avionics master switch, where would I live? There we have it. Okay, let all this do the stuff. Yeah, straight away it looks a bit different. Doesn't it? The building's actually horrendous. Oh, that one at least. Whatever airport buildings they're using, they're dreadful. But anyway, let's not get bogged down with that. Local time is 8 o'clock. And let's see.
Can I get a refund?
No, check off, there's no refunds. Let me see here now. Terrain. So we'll put in a flight plan. And we're going to go KRNT. Renton it is. Alright. And I think we're looking good here, lads. 11. Actually, it's going to be 10.5 on the way home. Alright. 10.5 on the way home. So, flight controls are free and correct. Looking good. Alright. Parking brake off. Altitude reporting. Give us 7,000. I'll do. And let's see what happens. I think our view was that side the last time, wasn't it? Something like that. Oh, I need to reset my views. Hang on. Deedly-dee-dee-dee, deedly-dee. Fuel tanks are in the right direction this time. It'd be cool if we could have more customization options though. I think that'd be brilliant. Alrighty. Let's check out the machine. Great sounds. Stu, good to see you, buddy. It's looking good. Are we connected to LRM? Yes, we are. Okay, we're looking good. Go for knots and flaps. I would love to have the option to add in the tip tanks. I think that would have made for a far nicer option with this plane. And I don't see where we can pop the tablet. Weird, huh? Like, I'd rather just more options. It's actually very light on the old options side, isn't it? Sparky's fan, with Sim Update 4, you can fly in VR and show one eye screen to the stream. No way. Really, Sparky? That's huge news, man. Massive. Right, albeit we're on the runway, we're going to do a quick run-up test. Easing out. let's drop the mag. Back to both. Back to both. This one is Karenado's F33. So we checked out the Thranda one over in X-Plane. This one is from Karenado. Right, so we'll say runway heading. Alright friends, let's see what happens. Power coming in. So you only have to put very little right rudder in on the Karenado one. The Thranda one, you have to do loads of right rudder. Loads of right rudder on takeoff is more accurate for a general aviation aircraft. There's a speed, oopsie daisy.
Airborne time logged.
Pause and ready to climb. You're in. Flaps coming in. Bit of trim. Yaw dampener coming in. Nice climb out. And the views are savage, aren't they? Alrighty, autopilot, let's be talking to you. Let's go heading. And let me see, we're going to arm 10,500. Vertical speed. Call it 1,000 feet a minute. I'm getting weird prop flickering. See that? Is that a reshade issue? That's a reshade issue. Let's find out the culprit. Okay, it's the contrast. Alright. Okay, let's go back down here now. Let's go to nav mode. And we're still climbing nicely. And we should have a little bit of a tailwind on the way home. Weather is fairly accurate. There's definitely a lot more to see on the ground. Let's hang on a second. I turned this down last night. Let's horse up our views here. There we go. And now we climb. That's 5,000, so we're going up to 10,500. And we're on the way back. So it'll be interesting to see what the clouds do. Like the lighting through the clouds, very different, isn't it? Very, very different. Now I thought we were going to go back a little bit earlier in the day, no? Now how do we do this with OnAir? Can we tell OnAir not to lock our time? Automatically unload, exclude airports. Isn't there a way? Automatically update. Flight track, announce wind on final, realistic, register flight. Let me see now. Synthetic, enable, hardware, company mode. Disable, enable flight scoring, in-flight sim connect, failures during flight, flight tracking sounds, announce wind, ATC, base camps, factories. Corsair, good to see you, buddy. Do you know what I'm looking for? I'm trying to see, is there a way that we can bypass OnAir locking the time in? We probably can't. No, we probably can't. Alright. It might allow us like a few minutes. No. Although she's holding there now, that's about. No, it won't. I think you'd have to select that before you start the flight. I think so. I think so. Alright, not to worry. Alright, speed is good. Climb is still good. Passing 7,000. Fuel flow is quite different in this machine. Everything else is looking good. Sounds are a lot better in this, aren't they? They're excellent sounds. Looks pretty dope. Right, let's get those cowl flaps in. That's Angel, hope you're well, buddy. So we're climbing up to 10,500. And let's see how we get on here. You're a CFI. Good to see you, buddy. You're a Sim CFI. Welcome in, bud. Alright, well, it's... I mean, the sky... I mean, what do you think, lads? The ground, without question, a million times better. It just is. And it's out of the box, right? It's incredible looking, the ground. And things are definitely sharper inside the aircraft as well. But it just feels a little bit more kind of hollow, if that makes sense, as in the aircraft. But we'll see. We're coming up on 9,000. 1.5 to go. And we could get an X-Rad on this. Let's see what happens. The clouds look wispier in X-Plane, yeah. They kind of did, didn't they? Like, they're all right here, but not in the same league. Now, it'll be different when we get down there, because remember we had layers flying across? We might get that on the way back. Here's 10,000 feet. Another 500 feet to go. And this should hold us now in a sec. An ADF in here as well. Okay, 500 feet, this should start dropping off. There she goes. Alright, good stuff. So now we're just going to pick up some speed. We'll reduce some mixture. Roughly there. Speed 110 indicated, doing about 130 over the ground. Wind is coming in from the south, 4 knots. So the weather detail is accurate in terms of winds and cloud coverage. We'll see how we go when we get down the road a little bit further. So far so good though. Dougal, good to see you. I'm impressed with 12.3. I love Microsoft Flight Sim, but in my honest opinion, X-Plane clouds are actually more realistic. Just not as cinematic or dramatic. Yeah, I think that's kind of what we're seeing, really, isn't it? I mean, I think what X-Plane has done with the lighting and how the depth of the clouds, as in the layering of clouds, and how it does that scattering and moisture in the air, it's better. It is better. However, in terms of, you know, the scenery on the ground, the overall look and feel, I mean, that is quite amazing, isn't it? That's staggering. Interesting though. Hope you're well, Dougal. Okay, in terms of speed and power, you ain't gonna get much more than that. About 150 indicated. Now let's lean this ticket properly. It's in a mind of its own. Really strange, isn't it?
Time to pull the big switch, good buddy.
Whoa, Commander Space Rooster, welcome in, buddy. Hope you're well. We were doing a bit of testing over an X-Plane 12, and we said, right, we flew from Renton up to Princeton in X-Plane 12. We're doing the return journey in Flight Sim 2024, both with the Bonanza F33. The first one was with Thranda Design, beautiful aircraft, loads of detail. This one now in Flight Sim with Coronados, which looks the part, sounds are a little bit better, but lacking, you know, obviously in the depth, but it's not terrible. Like, we're getting there. Trying to dial in the power settings though, it's not doing what it should do. It's a little bit off, but we'll see how it gets on. You know what I mean? Zidanian, welcome in. Looks really good. Wouldn't know what's in this. Yeah. No, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Big Welch Matt, AJH man, good to see you. Some update 4 breaks the 7.3, or the 777 and the iFly. Yeah. That's what the old betas can do. So in terms of like mountains and stuff, I think at longer range, this is struggling. Now it still looks very pretty, don't get me wrong, but it seemed a little bit sharper over beyond, didn't it? I wonder if there was a way. I don't know. It's very aggressive at LOD.
It's a big 10-4, good buddy.
100%. Big Wells, thank you very much indeed, Matt. Cheers, buddy. 2 months, man. Honey, good to see you. Has someone experienced with X-Plane 12 and VR? I do. What would you like to know? Yeah, the LOD is quite aggressive. The clouds very different looking, aren't they? And don't get me wrong, it's gorgeous, but like, you know what I mean? It's very, very pretty. It's just very different looking. Like with or without reshade to try and punch back in, you know, realism and all this. Trying to find one that kind of fits. How's performance performance in Flight Sim 2024 is light years ahead. On my system anyway. I mean, frame-wise, 180 frames with like all the sliders, like max, everything max, you know. Corn Wolf, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Just trying to get the right colour tones. Looks nice though. What I can confirm though is the stuttering thing at the big airport is fixed. What's that for, Roy? For Flight Sim 2024? I could use Atmos. I could use Atmos. That's huge, Roy. So they fixed stuttering at large airports. That's massive, man. That was badly needed. I think this looks pretty good, lads. This looks pretty good. 12 definitely had way more going on with the clouds. They had so many different layers. Like, so many different layers. Like, if you want to see what it was like an hour ago, just scroll back through this video. You'll see it. Well, we're looking good here. It looks very pretty. Hayden says, Murph, I'm glad X-Plane is giving Microsoft a run for its money. Oh yeah, man, 100%. We need that. Us as simmers, we need the two of them to be absolutely baiting the head off each other. Metaphorically speaking, but you know what I mean? Good day to you. Muse Fan is here. Good to see you, buddy. Good morning. We just took a shit at X-Plane 12, and now we'll take a shit at Microsoft Flight Sim. Shot. He meant shot. Yes. Competition always brings innovation, and that's the thing, lads. That's the main thing about all of this. I mean, you know, I've always been an advocate. It doesn't matter what sim you want to fly, provided it's giving you the experience that you want. Microsoft Flight Sim has given me so many jaw-dropping moments of wow, you know, incredible stuff, and it continues to do so. I mean, that looks incredible. It just does. It looks insane, you know? X-Plane, on the other hand, it can also do the same. And there are things in Microsoft Flight Sim I would love to see in X-Plane. There's things on X-Plane I would love to see in Microsoft Flight Sim. Let's hope Sim Update 4 is kind of gonna start injecting, you know, new things, you know. Gilmere, good to see you. Murph, what ortho plugin are you running on X-Plane? It's called Auto Ortho. It's very good. The scratches on the windows, yeah, they're beautiful. Death Angel says, need to hop into X-Plane. I got it when I was on special, but only have the base aircraft. It's very good, man. Schutz, afternoon. Alright, we're doing well. We're on our return leg. Speed is okay-ish, about 150 indicated, 167 over the ground, 3 knots of a tailwind. So we know that the weather data is definitely accurate. This is the layers it's trying to give us. So when we were in X-Plane, this top layer was way denser. Way denser. But Microsoft is doing a great job making it look good here. And again, the scenery with the trees, LOD is on 400, objects are on 2, it's on max. And it's in 4K. Visually, absolutely stunning. I'm just not entirely happy with the whole lighting engine in 24. It's weird. That's default sim. That's when I put my shaders in play. And yes, it does make it a lot more blue, but like... Oh, man. This is definitely getting more accurate now. And it's quite beautiful. This top layer, it'd be interesting to see how this is going to be depicted, you know, a little bit further in. So we're heading back to Renton. And that's another awesome thing. It's the fact that the likes of your Navigraph and all this, like, just incredible. CYDC to KRNT. The fact that you can use Navigraph on, you know, on everything. It's brilliant. Heading to the Roswell Air Show. Oh, nice. NM Flyer, that sounds awesome. 24 is still too clean. It's cartoonish sometimes. I agree, it can look cartoonish. I feel the need to tweak things, and in X-Plane I don't, when it comes to, you know, lighting and all this kind of stuff. I will get it right. I mean, that's what I'm using here. This is the closest. But yeah. Right, let's check out the weather situation down at Renton. So, let me see. So, we have Wayne's 360 at 6, 10 miles visibility, clear skies. It doesn't seem right. Let's go with it. It's VF4. So, we departed runway 34, so we're going to land on 34. Yeah, alright. It's definitely looking better. I mean, how the clouds look there, I think, fantastic now. But it's like it just doesn't have enough data for the top. Like, when you look at where Microsoft is scanning the weather from, Meteo Blue, whatever they're giving them, X-Plane has tons more. Tons more. Like, there's there's so many more layers. Now, we can use something like Rex Atmos. We can probably paste in a couple of different layers and stuff. But even if we look at the weather, like, what's our reading here? This should be... I don't like the way it just says live weather. This should be giving us a full breakdown of what the weather is actually reading. You know what I'm saying? They should be able to show us, well, this is the current weather conditions. Rather than just saying, you're on live weather and then a picture that says live weather. Like, come on. That should be showing you now winds aloft, all your different clouds, your temperatures, your pressures, the whole shebang should be on that. You know? Now, if we turn this off, now we kind of get it. We can see all the different layers and, you know, we're limited to 3 cloud layers. We can add in loads of wind, but the cloud layers, you've only 3 of them. X-plane, I think it's unlimited. Multiple layers, you know? Now you can argue to say, well, hang on, look, your weather data is going to be low level, mid level and high level clouds, which is fair enough. But the problem is you can get multiple different layers, right? I mean, locking what all your clouds can do based on 3 different types of cloud. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to call. Tis hard to call. Tis hard to call. How many different cloud types are there, by the way? Because in theory, Microsoft, they have their own... what was the name of it? Was it Vortex system? They had some system anyway, this technology, that in theory it can create any old cloud shape or type. But I don't know. You can now go back 1 year with the X-plane weather. Yeah, that's pretty cool. A full year is great. 10 major cloud types. Correct, hey, there are 10. Now you can kind of expand on those, but there are 10 main types of cloud. And they're usually broken into your low level, your mid level, and your high level. And that's what Microsoft is doing. That's, well, Meteo Blue, that's what they do, right? But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it looks beautiful. Oh, there's a whole load of people over there. I never thought I'd find myself singing the praises of X-plane after leaving it behind, but credit where credit is due. They're working wonders with it. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, man. It's like, it's innovation. Anywhere you see innovation in flight sim, it's great because, and that's what I like about it, right? Laminar look at Microsoft, Microsoft look at Laminar. They just do, right? They just say, hey, look what these guys did. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hey, look what that guy did. That's pretty cool. That's good for us. It really is. And I think then the more, you know, the more exposure us as flight simmers get to see in terms of the differences between each one, well then that allows us to go back to our favorite platform and say, hey, can you guys do something like this? That's what gets the wheels moving, you know? When 2020 came out, DCS got proper clouds not long after. But I think they were all working on it. I mean, go back to the day of X and Viro, and they were making these 3D clouds, you know? Stratus, Cumulus, and Cirrus. Yes, they are the 3 main types. You can have Cumulus Nimbus, you can have Stratus, you can have Cumulus Bravo, all the rest. Loads of different ones. Couldn't tell you half the names of them, they're all Latin. Cirrocumulus, or Cirrocumulus, loads of them. I must see what the uptake is kind of like when it comes to you know, how many people are actually using both sims. You know, be interesting. We're making good old time now, but the layering, like as I say, go back an hour on the video and you'll see the difference. In fact, can I do that? Can we look back to see how it all looked? Let's see. We can. So this is the way it was looking on the way over, right? So hang on a second. Just for pig iron, we can kind of see the differences, right? So this is us on the way back. So obviously the sun is behind us, right? And then on the way over, Let's see here now. Right now, it was around this sort of detail. Now, I know we had tip tanks and all, but like, see the layers above us and see that lighting. See how powerful that is bleeding through. That is absolutely gorgeous. That's stunning, man. Even if you have a look at this kind of stuff, when you look at the ground, do you know? They definitely seem more prouder, don't they? When it comes to like the mountains and all this kind of jazz. I mean, we were looking kind of this direction. Very different, isn't it? But the layers are definitely now like the top of the clouds in Microsoft. Like, that's class looking. That is very accurate. This stuff up here, it's not bad. Roy, absolutely, man. Could you imagine? Well, not bad though. It's just that heavy loading of the weather. You know the way like it updates in like every 5 minutes or so. Hey, Mrs. GPHI, good to see you.
Hello there.
Vinsu, welcome in. What a king, welcome in. DNF Smith, welcome in. Show your settings at the end. Yes, I'm using a 9800 X3D, an AMD card. What's the job? Austin Meyer is a genius. Austin is a genius. Very pretty though. Look at that. In a box man is here. Good to see you, man. Very happy Tuesday. As I say, I'm not quite sure what it is. Is it lighting? I don't know what it is, but it's slightly just not there. Like out of the box, I mean, that's just, it's beige, it's, you know what I mean? That's friggin' gorgeous looking, man. Alright, how's our fuel tanks doing? Over the left tank. "20 minutes out, we'll be start dropping altitude soon." And then things will get very, very different. Cloud just looks well, doesn't it? Looks beautiful. How many people working on X-Plane? 12. Well, like, there's what, 800 or 900 people with a Sobo Microsoft? X-Plane have 50? 60 maybe? Yeah, it's a pretty plane, isn't it? It's a pretty plane. Very, very pretty. Nice details beneath us now. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so speed is good, alt is good. Very soon we'll be dropping this one down into the clouds. And we'll see if we can manage some sort of a visual approach. The weather's supposed to be good down there, so we'll see what happens. Big Carlo, good to see you, buddy. Very happy Tuesday. We're doing some F1 later on, lads. This is going to be hilarious. Try the shader profile. The NSE hang. I have that. That'd be it there, Roy. Now I can turn more stuff on, I suppose. Oh Jesus, doesn't like that. Or that. That bloom is not nice. That's a bit sharper, alright. It doesn't like it. You only have the Lightroom one? Yeah, the depth of field one, it doesn't like. That looks pretty good. Oh, Vinci, 100%, man. General aviation, that's where it's at. Jesus, that actually looks pretty good. There's a lot more detail with this shader. Ooh. But it really kind of drops the colours out. It's very real looking, isn't it? That's very realistic. Pretty, very pretty. That's terribly, terribly nice. Look at that. Yep. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's start planning our little arrival here. Line them up. And we can drop altitude. We're at 10.5. Let's go 7.5. Arm. VS. Down the road. Watch our speed as we do this. We're going to be dipping into the clouds. Is that a bit... I don't know. To me, on my screen, that looks great, man. That's very pretty. Might get a little bit dark though. What's our frame rate going to do? LOD on 400 and objects or 200? Like full pelt, lads. Full pelt. Right, we're 10 minutes out. Let's stick it on heading mode. Let's have a look. Okay, so we want to fly to the south just a little bit. So we'll call it 180. With Sim Update 4 and the 5090, you're going to laugh even more. More refinements, Roy, yeah? Is there a release date for Sim Update 4? Like, if they only started the beta now, what are we talking? 6 months? Sarah man, good to see you. Welcome in, buddy. Now, we're only getting... Oh, we are. We're doing all right. Hey, there's Sazzle. Looking good, man. That's one thing I'd love to see an X-Plane is having your mates fly with you. You know what I mean? Alright, let's see what's going to happen here. Keep descending. We should be clear of all the very high ground. And then we're going to dip into the clouds here now in a moment. And it's one thing as well, the clouds in X-Plane, there's physics built into them. You dip the wing into a cloud, you'll know all about it. There's no real consequence at the moment with flights in 2020 or 2024. 2020 actually behaves a little bit more with the clouds. Alright, ease off the power. Well, to be fair, I have wake turbulence turned off because it's a huge FPS kill in multiplayer. Massive. Jesus, that looks real though, doesn't it? They just released the first beta, but the list of fixes is huge. Yeah, 100%, man. What if I run loss of scaling with Microsoft Flight Sim? How would that work? I mean, it's worth a shout, isn't it? Will it be smoother? Oh, did you see that? It didn't know what to be doing. And unscale. Jesus. Yeah, it's a little bit more responsive. All right, where's she going? 7.5. Keep her going. Let's go 3.5. Arm, V speed. Down the hill. Make it 1,000 feet a minute. It's very pretty. Jesus. Alright, fuel is good. Temps and pressures are good. Mixture's back into where it needs to be. Lights are on. Yeah, probably not, Roy. It is for X-Plane, funny enough. Like, the frame rate is decent, but it's just the it's not as fluid with it off, you know what I mean? Hermit says, will your F1 race later tonight be on the Xbox version? Negative, it's on the PC, but crossplay is enabled, so you can be on Xbox or PC or PlayStation. It doesn't matter. I have it on the PC. Looking forward to it. It's going to be carnage. I don't know how many people will have racing. You know, sure, we'll fire it up and see what happens. Murph, do you think Microsoft Flight Sim have been a bit slow with fixing bugs on Sim Update 3? I think the updates are too slow. Like, I don't like the... Well, it's not what I like and what I don't like. I think it's not a great idea getting 1,000 fixes that take 6 months. I'd rather see smaller fixes far more regularly. Like, there should be an update once a month, I think, with fixes. So instead of coming out with like 1,000 things to fix, come out with like, you know, 20. You know what I mean? But yeah, I really think it should be once a month. There should be updates and patches with the option to roll back if things are broken. Like, ultimately, that's what, like, until Microsoft and Asobo can get it to that, I think we're always going to have, you know, months upon months of waiting. It should be a position whereby in your sim, you can say, right, this is the latest update, go onto it. And if you have, you know, issues, come off of it. But that's easy for me to say, you know. There's no doubt in my mind the amount of work that they do and they put into it, without question, you know, it's incredible. But I just think having to wait so long for an update, and then when the update finally does drop, there's still issues, you know. To me, that's a problem. I don't like that at all.
24.1 gallons of fuel added during the flight.
Oh, that's what that button does. Balls. I just refueled. Uh-oh. Juan Fra, good to see you. And since the sim is mostly in the cloud, it should be much quicker. Agreed. I often wonder if it's a massive spamware like MS Scenery in the store that causes all the issues. There's far too many MS Scenery stuff in the store. This is looking kind of nice. Look at this. Hello, Sazzle. They unfortunately cannot guarantee after an update all the add-ons are still working. Yeah, but like, look what X-Plane does. They put out an update, it's up to the third parties to fix it. You know? Put a patch out. Sunjammer, man yourself.
Hello there.
Wanfra, thank you for following, dude. But X-Plane, they're throwing updates almost every day. Yeah. Well, I don't think every day is needed from Microsoft, but certainly, you know, I mean, if we got updates once a month, I would much prefer that rather than waiting several months for like multiple fixes. Because the problem is, right, the patches then, like, of the couple of things they break, which naturally things are going to get broken, right? But with the things that are broken, you have to wait another couple of months. You know what I mean? You're kind of forcing bugs onto your community. Like, that's doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm freaking out over my reshade. I'm just not happy with it, lads. That's the default sim, which I suppose in that view doesn't look too bad. You mean like the super slow controls menu? Yeah, like that was a disaster. You know? That should have been a simple fix that should have been released within a couple of days. A patch. We don't get patches. You know? There's no patches anymore. Or hotfix. Like, it doesn't happen. It's weird, like. Alright, we're down at 3,500 feet. Sail it in. There's the Atloff there to our right hand side. It's beautiful. Let's swing over there for comparison. Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's so strange. Like, no hot fixes. It's just like, well, here's the sim. It's ready to rock, and we've done all the hard work now. Go off and enjoy it. I mean, I get that, but like, oh man, I would still much rather see, you know, more updates. IKEA worktop and drawer units will arrive on Sunday for the new desk build. Only 10 years overdue. Then it's new monitor time. Dougal, can't wait, man. That's going to be awesome. IKEA stuff is brilliant. I mean, that's what I'm using here. This is all IKEA stuff. My whole studio is built with IKEA stuff. That camera work? Oh look, that camera's not working. Why is it not working? We need to turn it on. Alright, try that again, Murph. There we go. So, my setup here now, it's probably a little bit dark, right? Don't mind the back of my head. Jesus, it's terrible. But what I did, right? What I've done here, it's all, I have a desk on that way. I have a desk on this way. So the outsides, and then there's a desk in the middle. So the ones on either side are slightly longer, and then the one on the inside little bit shorter. But it's a full kind of, you know what I'm saying? And like looking around, so if you want to look around, so we have, there's my aircon unit, look. This desk here is all my stuff, and that's like working space that I have, right? So and there is like, here is where I do me working, right? Here is where I do me flying, which is all along here. And then over this side, well, that's just more desks. And there's the shelf of many things. Shelves of many things. With many things on my shelves. Do you know? You wouldn't know what you'd find in here. And then my OnlyFan. Ah, brilliant! So the legs, they're desks. Right, they're actual desks. Turn off that gadget now. Hup. So they're, I forget the name of them. And then what I did, I put legs underneath the, I put legs on top of the drawer units. Just like legs to go on your couch or whatever. It does the job really well. I mean, this is where 24 shines. Look at this, man. And the weather is horrendous. Right, left turn coming in. I'd hate to be sitting in your studio in the middle of the summertime. It's grand once the aircon is on, but it gets hot, man. And the PC beside me here, that gets hot. The streaming PC, that gets hot. Lights get hot. Cameras get... everything gets hot. IKEA is great, yeah. IKEA is awesome. Alright, there's Renton ahead of us. There'd she be. Right, let us plan for our arrival. So, autopilot, be gone. Easy now. And let's see what happens. One streamer who I watch has a very small streaming room and his aircon is between his legs under the desk. What? No way. No, I don't think I'd manage that. Lock and load, good to see you, bud. Nice flying, man. Alright, watch the speed. Easy. And we'll circle back into Renton here. Secret Lab Magnus series? Ooh. Jesus. Wanfrat, thanks so much. It's a long time building this, so like, I mean, before my desk just ran across the wall and I had a little station here and then I had, you know, but it didn't lend itself. It's amazing, like, if you have a proper space, if it's a functional space, it'll help you to function, if that makes sense. It kind of forces you to be creative with things. It's amazing what a proper little kind of setup can do for you. Alright, speed looking good. We'll go gear down. I mean, here we are, lads, on a Tuesday afternoon, in flight sim, flying around Seattle. I mean, where would you get it? Brilliant. Alright. And it's not a bad day. Continue on for the moment. It's so nice flying here in the sim. And like, as I said, all my sliders are on full whack. Full whack. Look at the dirt that gets on the plane. It's cool, isn't it? Easy now. Look at, like, isn't it amazing? Like, all the elevation here, it's done so well. The data they got for this neck of the woods is it's just incredible. Is the fuel cap the right way around on this one? It is. 100% it is. Alright, easy does it now. Notch and flaps coming in. Man, look at all the cars we have down here, look. Alrighty. Right base. Very, very pretty. All the cars, look. Right. Easy, does it? Back to where it all began. Power is good, rate descent is good, gear down, locked, flaps set, mixture rich, prop full. We're looking good. If only we had the X-Plane replay mode. Easy. Alright, hold the nose. There we go. Welcome back to Renton. Beautiful. We missed Alpha 4. We'll get the next one. Nice flying, lads. Great to see us. And you're doing the Cross the Land event. It's on Saturday. I haven't signed up to it yet, Dougal. What time is it on Saturday? And where is it on? Cross the Land. Is that the one they do in Africa, no? Oh, don't know. That's why I asked. We'll take a look. Alright, parking brake on. And let's tidy up. Landing lights, feeder heat, strobe. Avionics coming off. And mixture. Alrighty then. There's something you don't see every day. A big Eurofighter sitting in Renton. Fantastic stuff. Right, did OnAir like what we did there? Let's see here now. No flight tracking in progress. Do you know what I think I did? I broke it. So, by me pressing buttons, see this at 15:49, right? Tracking interrupted as you added fuel during the flight. It's actually good to know that the system can do that. So if you do make a mistake, look, it stopped me tracking up there, look. Because I was pressing buttons. I was trying to clear the flies off the screen and it didn't work. That's kind of mad, isn't it? Now position the aircraft back in the sim, it puts us it puts us back to Jesus. Right. It was putting us back to where we should have been in the first place. That's hilarious. Jesus, then I'm lost. I'm terribly lost. Don't know where I'm going. And ooh. Did we find a little runway over here? We didn't. It's a field. There's many fields. Let's just put it down over here by the barn. Right. And load up the L photogrammetry there now. Oh, Jesus. Oh, doesn't like the terrain here. What have I got? Get us over here where it's a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? That's mad. What's that supposed to be? Is that a building? It is. It's like photogrammetry by the road. It's not safe there. Jesus, that looks beautiful. To do a low level flight around here? That'd be stunning, wouldn't it? Right, get in there. That looks safe. Oh. Managed to fix the sim at the same time. Oh, nice. P.S. Miranda, good to see you. Welcome in, buddy. Right, that'll have to do us. Right, that was interesting, lads. We started off with X-Plane, and I have to say, it's looking excellent. X-Plane 12.3.0, absolutely great stuff, and we had a ball flying it. For a comparison flight then, we took out the F33A over in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 to do the return leg, and well, I thought I handled it very well. I have to say, it went very, very well. So that's the story now for this afternoon. We're back this evening for some racing. Yes, Formula 1 2025 for the first time on the channel. We're going to try it this evening to see what the crack is all about, you see. And yes, it'll be loads of fun and, well... We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But lads, I just want to thank you so very, very much indeed for all the support today. Medic24 Live, insane generosity with the 10 gifted tier 1 subs. And for everyone else, for the gifted subs as well. Thank you very, very much indeed. All the likes over on YouTube and all the subscribes there as well. Thanks a million, lads. Hope you enjoyed today's stream. As I said, we're back to you in about 6 hours, right? Exactly 6 hours, as we try our hand at a bit of Formula 1 on the PC and see how that goes. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we've the news tomorrow night, and on Thursday we've another double header. We've 2 streams. We're going to be in the Avro RJ during the daytime, and Thursday night we're on VATSIM, and then on Friday we have a group flight. So plenty of stuff coming in. Check the NVIDIA Inspector. I shall, Roy. I shall indeed. And thanks a million for your help, my dude. And yeah. Right, lads, thank you all so very, very much indeed. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you this evening. Till then, you take care. Holy crap. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. We're going in, that's it. There's no turning back at this stage. Jesus, mind the bears. Look at this big Jesus. Oh no, we're into dying. Quick, get out. Oh no, we're Jesus. Oh, oh. Over there. Oh, sweet, something is going on. Jesus. Medic. Oh. Oh. There's nothing to look at this big Jesus. Jesus. There's nothing to see. No. There's nothing to see at all. Do you know? Ah, don't hit me with a frying pan. Oh, jeez. This is here. You just hit me with a frying pan.
She didn't make a noise.
Of course I made a noise. You hit me with a frying pan in my head. Why would you hit me with a frying pan? Don't hit me again. Ah! Yes, it makes a noise. You're hitting me with a frying pan. Annalisa, did you put her up to that? Jesus, me head. Oh, who hit someone? I mean, come on. Who hit someone with a frying pan, for God's sake? Oh, very hollow sounding. What? What are you talking about, hollow sounding? Dublin. Pascal Sheehy, RTE. Is Pascal Sheehy still doing the news?